Hey everyone, this is Junior from the Binary Lab. Today, right now, I'm sitting here in a cafe and very excited to share with you the EA that I've been basically working on getting produced. So I'm gonna tilt the screen around so you can have a look. All right. So this is what I've been working on. As you mentioned, you may have seen in my last week's live video that I've been working on I've been talking about stop loss, and basically I talked about in my last video how stop loss, the use of stop loss is really like a mindset shift, because with a really good set stop loss you can actually have a very high profit to risk ratio, and the reason for that is because too many traders out there, when they trade when they trade, they typically just use too big, unnecessarily big stop loss that it's just throwing away money. And because of the ways that a lot of people use their stop loss, they end up upsetting their profit to risk ratio, and it doesn't usually even get bigger than 3-1. So for some people that's good, but in last week's video I actually spoke about how with a proper understanding of how this works, because I've been doing binary, I found out that it's not necessary to use such large stop losses, and based on what I know in binary, I have a very good idea on where is a very optimal time to enter and exit trades. So I want to show you some of the really cool settings that I have here. Like for instance, this is what for now, I don't really have a name for it, but I call it the trend eater. And because what it really does is that it just eats up the trend for as much profit as it can generate. The kind of inputs that I have entry rules that use Bollinger, RSI, ADX, and all these can be individually set for values. For time frames, it basically can be used on all time frames, okay? And I have controls that allow you to exit a trade at a different time frame as well. And because of that, simultaneous trades, if you're exiting on the same time frame, you wouldn't have a need for this, but on a higher time frame, yes, this will become very useful. Slippage, I've got that feature in as well. This can be set for a fixed size, but we'll basically be using a lot of the account balance. I think that's the more logical way of exiting entering and exiting trades, because every trade setup is going to be different. Every time frame is going to need a different kind of a stop loss. So it's going to calculate based on stop loss size. Over here, for stop loss type, I have a choice where people can use a previous candle low, a moving average, or both, whichever is a smaller one. So I think these are some of the features that I've kind of requested to get put in that just make really good use. For exit rules, I have different exit rules that you can choose from. You can exit based on RSI, Bollinger, MA cross. So, and all these settings once again can be set any way you like. For the weekend, because on the weekend it's very common that there can be a weekend gap, especially when there's news going on. And let's say that there's a big event happening. It's probably a good idea to want to set a weekend close on. So you can actually set to close trades in on a profit. If you like, on the bands, these are the basic settings. If you're using it for, actually I'll probably put in a reverse mode as well. As you can see, this is more like a breakout kind of EA, and so I use a deviation of 1, but I might just want to throw in a reverse mode, and where people can just put deviation of 3 and do reversals. And for RSI, this can be adjusted as well. ADX can be set, moving average from exit can be set, and I have moving average trading stop. So a whole bunch of really, really cool features. Right now what I'm doing is I'm doing testing optimization, forward testing, back testing, just to find the best settings to use as defaults. And this will be hopefully ready for release quite soon. And if this sounds exciting to you, just comment beneath the video if you like to have the opportunity to have a go at this. if you'd like to use this EA, comment beneath the video as well. What's most important is that it's not martingale based, so it's going to be very safe. There is like emergency stop loss on all the trades. It's made in line with the beliefs that I have in trading. It's created on experiences I have in binary and forex. So theoretically, I'm pretty excited. Like if you watched last week's live video, if you haven't. Basically, this if this on a good week, this is actually literally able to do double-digit returns on a single-digit risk. So for example, I talked about how in my last email, I talked about how you can get like between 6 and 15% profit on 2% risk. So this EA is basically translation of those ideas into an expert advisor for Forex. So I'm pretty excited myself, and once again, if you are excited to try this out too, comment beneath this video. Bye for now.